Impact Radio.
Let's go!
With Sir Blackston and the Masked Hope.
Raw Impact Radio, I am Sir Blackston, your current reigning, defending, undisputed world heavyweight champion. We've got with us the Masked Hope, who's off looking to the side, talking to someone who isn't me, just off and completely distracted. What's happening? Where are you, bro? What is happening?
Imagining Austin Theory losing that championship. That's
great. That sounds, oh my goodness.
And the other voice that you're hearing is that of Lafnotfamous. Lafnotfamous is joining us. He's our special guest co-host. You heard that, yeah, damn it. He's our special guest co-host this week. Brother, what's going on?
We out here. I love it. Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Absolutely, man. We're excited about you. We really love what you're doing on the platform. We said this earlier, but I'm going to say it on here. Congratulations to you, sir. Lafnotfamous, very recent college graduate, just what, like a month or two ago?
Yeah, May 18th, I think it was.
Philly.
Nice.
Congratulations, man. Just really proud of what you're doing. Your content since then has endured like a complete different level up, man. I love it. So we really wanted to have you on. Hope, man, what's going on, brother?
Oh, right here, with preying on Austin Theory's downfall. I'm stuck on Austin Theory now. I don't know, but no, life's good. A lot of wrestling to talk about. It's fun out here. It's good times for the wrestling world. Wrestling every day, pretty much. Jeez.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll get into the show, and we'll do all of the fun stuff after this.
Sir Blackston.
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
The Masked Hope.
I hate when they make these groups and then they lose. How are they going to get over losing?
Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio. It is your junkyard dog, the Masked Hope, here with your Philly Bulldogs.
Okay.
Well, not famous.
Okay.
And your reigning defending world heavyweight champion, Sir Blackston.
Are you disputing it?
I am disputing it.
What kind of shit? It's terrible, man.
How did you get the belt?
See, he doesn't watch this podcast. It's terrible. No one watches. No one watches.
I never knew that you had the belt. This is new to me.
No. So every pay-per-view we do a predictions deal. And so we go back and forth. It's only two of us, so we're always either the champion or the number one contender. So this last go round or whatever, I was victorious. So I have this belt for now. For now, and that's for multiple reasons. There.
For now.
Good question though, bro. So I'm disputed apparently also.
Heavily.
So, bro, Laf, man, you're the guest co-host today, man. What did you think about last night's Monday Night Raw?
All right, I've had a toxic ex kind of relationship with Raw over the past few months. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I watch it, sometimes it's just like I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I am just for the content reasons because I gotta stay in the know about what's going on in the show. Mm-hmm. It was better than usual. You know what I'm saying? Chad Gable, the whole Viking Rules match, that was great. The tag match at the end, that was great. There's been 3 women's tag team champions in the past 3 weeks for some reason, and my wife Liv Morgan is getting the bad part of this. I don't know why. I don't know if she's fighting Rhea at SummerSlam now. I don't know what's going on with the whole women's division and shit like that. But it was Raw. Raw's usually all over the place, but wrestling wise, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm a SmackDown guy, but wrestling wise, it's all right.
It's much easier to be a SmackDown guy than a Raw guy.
You ain't lying. I tell you.
I mean,
so just first of all, with Cody versus Brock, that was just a repeat segment, pretty much. They added a chair. That's about it. And his mom, and his sister.
Yo, that shit is so funny. I don't know why they're beefing, but they're just beefing because they don't like each other. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna think too much into it, but I hope Cody wins though.
It's just an on-site. It's an on-site deal. As soon as I see you, it's going down. It's just on-site.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on-site with 2 people.
It's on-site.
But I was going to say, why are they beefing? Because I know why Jay is fighting Roman at SummerSlam. And, I know why, various other things are happening. But I don't know why they're beefing. I don't know what this fight is about.
Nothing. Probably nothing. Because when Brock came, I was confused when Brock came out the first time. I thought he was going to explain himself. He really can't cut a promo, so I wasn't really expecting much, but at least say something to me. He was like, "Yeah, nah, fuck him." Like,
you kicked my dog or something.
yeah, I'm like, give me something. Nah, I don't like him. Okay, all right. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, if you're Brock, though, do you really need a reason?
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair.
I just felt like tossing Cody around, you know?
You know, that you can't really do nothing about it unless you just fight your hardest, and not many people can. So,
yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
And so we might. I don't think that they will, but they could possibly do another angle where Cody's arm is injured going into the pay-per-view. How do you think that affects the outcome? Like, because I think we did that enough in the last go run, with the cast and all of that stuff.
Part of me is hoping that Randy Orton gets involved somehow. Obviously, that's a half-court shot that very well could not happen at all. But if that could lead to Cody and Randy being somehow affiliated with each other and helping Brock lose, I don't know. His arm has been broken for so long now. I don't know if it's broke for real or not. I don't know what's going on with that, but I still think Cody's going to win, though. I need a clean win because everyone was mad over the roll-up win or however that last match ended. But I just need Cody to win. I'm tired of seeing him being treated like this after the Roman loss. It looks weird.
And to your point, I mean, it was at SummerSlam a few years ago when Brock busted open Randy Orton the hard way, like with his forearm.
Exactly.
I could see it actually.
Long-term storytelling, maybe.
Exactly. Unintentional long-term storytelling.
Exactly.
Right? We ain't mean that.
That happens a lot in WWE.
Exactly. That would actually be pretty cool. Now I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, do I want him more involved with Cody or Riddle when he returns, in terms of Randy Orton?
I don't want to see Randy and Riddle ever in the same ring again. I'm tired of it. I hate RK Bro. Oh, I hated it.
Why did you hate RK Bro?
That shit was so annoying, bro. Riddle's annoying to me anyway. And I have an extremely high respect for Randy Orton, so seeing him get himself that low to Riddle's level,
damn.
I didn't like it.
It's getting involved in that comedy stuff that didn't do it for you.
He's such a good wrestler. If they let him be serious, he can be a top star on that show, but he's so goofy and I smoke. The jokes every week. It's no, man.
That's interesting, and it has been his gimmick. I do think it kind of holds him back in terms of Matt Riddle. I would love to see a serious Riddle at some point. Even with serious Riddle, I still want to see because they built it up for so long. The whole Riddle Randy thing. I wanted to see Riddle turn on Randy and he be like this force, this monstrous force who can legit kick Randy's ass. I'm sure
that's what I was hoping
it
would lead to. Like he has his own legend killer type run and just start destroying people. It's as an ex MMA fighter, you should be dominating motherfuckers out here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, do something, please. All this flip flops and stuff. No, bro.
Yeah,
kick him.
What'd you think about his match last night with Gunther?
It was cool the first time I saw it. I'm not a big fan of rematches, you know. I think Gunther is the best champion in the company right now. I feel like anybody can make a Universal Championship or a WWE Championship special. For him to make a mid-card championship feel like one of the biggest belts in professional wrestling, just off of one run and being a heel and still winning matches, not having to cheat and use this and use that and all that stuff. He's going up there and beating your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's all wrestling is about to me, just whooping each other's ass. And Gunther is the biggest example of that. Get in the ring, win, leave. And it's awesome.
That is a great point. He is making the Intercontinental Championship special again. And if you just look at the other side with Austin Theory doing absolutely nothing with this U.S. Championship, we need to take that off this man. He doesn't deserve the whole.
So, Laf, the way that you feel about Roman is the way that he feels about Austin Theory.
That's understandable because, look, Theory is like at his core, he's a great wrestler.
Yes.
You know? But this run, LA Knight needs to end it. I need LA Knight to beat him at SummerSlam. That I've never advocated for someone more as far as a mid-card title run to have their belt being taken off them. I need LA Knight to beat him at SummerSlam. And Theory just, I don't know what you do with him. I don't know what you do. If I'm being honest, I don't know.
I would start from the beginning. You know, build him up to be a world champion. He is very skilled. He just needs to get there.
Does he need to be? Does he need to flip to a babyface? Because I've been hearing that a lot lately.
But he can't cut a promo. Like ever since Cena said he doesn't believe him, now I can't see anything else.
Do you see why I was so down on that promo from Cena? He completely killed him. He's like, you could whoop my ass, and then on Monday it won't matter. And then he whooped his ass, and Monday it didn't matter. He still lost. He was like, you could win and lose, and you could lose and lose, bitch. There's no way you're getting out of this joint.
You're done. That's what I'm saying.
It's terrible.
Oh God, yeah, but Cena completely destroyed. in the match, was it at WrestleMania? Was it even that good?
Was it?
Like I didn't want to see Cena like that. I love Cena to my heart's end, but God, I don't want to see him wrestle someone who's that much faster than him because it just looked weird. It just looked weird.
Yeah, look at you trying to slow down to match Cena's pace because Cena wasn't like up there.
Half the match was Cena laying on the ground in theory, just talking. I'm like, no, look at him. He was looking at me for it. No, Cena was out of breath. I can't, man. I can't.
Real quick, it's interesting that you mentioned Cena with the whole SAG after thing. A lot of the wrestlers that are actors now have a lot of free time all of a sudden. We hear Rock being mentioned a lot. I think we might hear John Cena starting to get mentioned some more. Is there how would you feel about maybe guys like The Rock, John Cena, and Batista being incorporated into the current product a little bit more now that we have them? I mean, I really wanted Rock for Mania because for obvious reasons. Obviously,
yeah,
come on, it's in Philly. Damn nose reveal. But if we have to, get it now, I'd be fine with it. I just really want something. But that wasn't the question. How do you what do you want to see happen with this thing?
I'm cool with seeing Cena. Even when Cena came out of Money in the Bank, I lost my shit. I love seeing Cena, so he can do whatever he wants to do. As far as wrestle Austin Theory again, don't do that anymore. Rock, I'll be pissed if Dwayne shows up for Grayson Waller and not his cousin who's been wilding for 3 years. If he shows up for Grayson Waller to go on the show for 15 minutes and his cousin is down the hallway destroying his whole family, I might break something. So I can't.
Someone said that to him on Twitter. It's like, you out here replying to this dude when your cousin out here destroying the whole family? What are you doing?
Everything bad. And he just, I'm going to talk to Grayson. No, don't talk to Grayson.
He just got here.
Go over there. Handle that first and then talk to Grayson if you still want to, sir. But if he can take his break from making every movie with Kevin Hart, maybe show up on SmackDown. And I wanted him to show up at Raw 30. That's what I thought he was going to be at Raw 30. When I saw you, I was like, I knew that night for some reason, I knew Rock was going to be there, and I was wrong. I was very wrong.
It would make sense. Why wouldn't he be there?
You know what I'm saying? I came there with the full intention he was going to be there, and nothing. But
that show was a setup too. There was a lot of people I was expecting to see, and fucking Hulk Hogan walks out. I'm like, what is this shit? I don't want this guy.
Alundra Blaze. No,
Alundra Blaze. Who cares about it? I love just no. I'm good. I'm good on a lot of that stuff.
It's probably just to pop Vince, just bring back the people he liked.
Yeah, probably to pop Vince. Watch all these people spend
Jimmy
money.
Hart. I'm like, no, man. Dwayne, where's Dwayne?
So you couldn't see it at home, Hope, but during the commercial break, folks would just come out, do their little dance, and then walk off back into the locker room. They play Teddy. What's his name? Teddy. Fucking GM.
Oh, Teddy Long.
They played his music. He came out there, he danced, and then he rolled out. And I'm like, yo, I want to see these people, A, incorporated, and B, I want to see other people. What the hell?
He kept doing that segment when they're playing cards in the back. I'm like, stop.
It does nothing for me. What I do think is going to happen, I do think he is going to come back. And I think that Grayson Waller is going to be his initial target. After the main event with Jay and Roman, whatever happens, Solo and Roman are beating down Jay. Jimmy can't come out, so The Rock does. And this is how we get the payback match of Rock and Jay versus Solo and Roman.
Let me tell you something. If they have Rock go to payback, I'm going to Pittsburgh. I was already planning on going. I'm going especially. But I got to... If they announce that at SummerSlam, the tickets for payback are going to go up.
They're done. They're probably sold out that night.
So I don't know what to do. I think I gotta buy him now, but I'm afraid because if the payback card is bad, I'm gonna be mad. But I don't know. That would be crazy.
That's risky. Yeah.
I'll tell you, if I do see The Rock at SummerSlam, I would definitely go.
Damn. All right.
He's like, damn it.
Ticket.
Why'd you say that?
Damn. All right. I gotta think about that one.
I'm still holding out for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. WrestleMania is gonna be I cannot wait for WrestleMania. I cannot. That is just going to be beyond the wrestling aspect. Just being able to meet everybody for the first time. Oh my god! And I gotta go nowhere. I can just stay here.
Exactly. Like I ain't gotta pay for the hotel and flight. I save money. Shit.
I still gotta do the hotel.
Home.
Exactly. What was the joint? So last night, live for the first time ever, I did a live during Monday Night Raw. I see why you do it, man. It's a lot of fun, actually, just interacting with people. But one of the things that we kind of came to the conclusion of, how dope would it be to have like a WrestleMania tailgate, like of Wrestle Talkers, in the parking lot of Lincoln Financial?
I think the people I spoke with, like T and them, everyone who I'm affiliated with that I know is going, we already planned that. I told them we can go to Wells Fargo because Lincoln Financial. I've never been inside Lincoln Financial before. Really? I'm not an Eagles fan, so I don't go anywhere near there. But we can go to Wells Fargo and tailgate.
Isn't that sacrilegious? I'll be an Eagles fan in Philly.
I hate all Philadelphia teams. I'm a Heat fan and a Falcons fan. I despise all Philadelphia teams. So I only go to the arena when it's a wrestling show. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to. That would be good and bad. I don't know if I can mention the bad, but the good about it is great. But the
Blackstone is devastated right now.
I know no one can see through all of this stuff, but like my heart is broken. Laugh.
I can tell.
Very
I can
high
see
regard.
it.
Just
My dude's just like, wow.
Y'all want to keep doing the show or what? Like,
thought you knew a guy, man. It's crazy.
I thought I knew you. Damn it. No, it's cool.
No, that would be cool. The good aspect that just everyone being there would be awesome. That's the good part of it is everyone's there. The bad part of it is everyone's there. So it's just, we'll see. It should be fun though.
You can always split it up. Night 1, night 2, SmackDown, and freaking probably Raw afterwards. Like you can always divide it and have certain people certain days or whatever. Look at me planning somebody else's event. This is bullshit.
I'm going to every show, every indie show.
Yeah.
I'm meeting people. I want to get the whole experience because they're not going to come here again.
Not for Mania. No time soon.
No.
It took too long to get the. Well, no, I guess we had 15. That was 25 years ago. God damn.
I was not even. I don't know how old was I. 15?
Right.
This is 25 years ago. I don't think you were born. It was in 99.
Oh nah, I was born in 2000, so nah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm only 22. So.
Jesus Christ, my kid was born in 2000. All right. So, bro, I really liked what they did last night. Oh shit, I skipped the line. Fuck it. I really like what they did, not last night, but on Friday with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, man. I'm hoping this leads into something for real. They've been teasing us for so long, man. They've been having MVP talking in the back with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin for like several weeks. That turned into absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I want something to happen with this.
All right. My only thing is, I don't want them to make this the stable of all the black people. I don't want them to get all the black men in one stable and say, hey guys, the blacks, here they come.
It seems like that's what they were doing with Judgment Day. I mean, Hurt Business in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, just grab some random black guys and throw them in here. Especially when they add Omos. It's like, what is that guy doing?
They telling me Carmelo and Trick have to be in there. I'm like, no, they do not.
Nah, that's
They're
cap.
fine without it. Bob, Montez, and Angelo, and MVP because Bobby can't speak. So MVP mainly there for Bob, or Montez can be Bobby's manager if you want to do that somehow. But I want them to add Bianca. So we can do a Judgment Day match.
Yeah.
Three of Judgment Day and Rhea versus.
That'll be perfect for Survivor Series.
Whatever. I hope they don't call him the Hurt Business. I hope they find a new name for him. But Bob, Profits, and Bianca, I think that would be excellent. I think whatever they're cooking with that, hopefully they build towards it. Hopefully when Friday comes, they have to say that never happened. Hopefully they slowly build. Maybe we know what they talked about in the limo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very excited. That is something that really freaking excites me.
See, this is where you don't let your past traumas guide you. Because I remember Xavier Woods coming out and having a talk with Big E and Kofi Kingston, and then they disappeared from TV for like a year and a half, damn near.
God.
But by the time they came back, they were preachers. So if I see these guys coming back as rappers or some shit, I'm gonna be pissed. Or as criminals. No, I'm
New Day.
They came back and they were at church. I'm like, what are y'all doing? They came back and they singing, and then they would sing and then not say anything else the rest of the time. I'm like,
bro, they had a whole choir. They had an entire choir.
Why are y'all singing? Then they had the New Day's rise to get to where they were at was hilarious.
I did not think that.
I love them so much though, but to get to their point, Vince McMahon
yeah.
was out there just playing with them. Like, oh, you blacks like church, go ahead, just right,
Right?
go
You
there and
black?
dance. No.
Oh man, no, I do want to see. And sorry, do you have those guys feud with maybe? I know you said you didn't want that to be the faction with all of the black people, but maybe it's one of the factions with all of the black people, and maybe we have another one with MVP, Omos, and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The original could have been Hurt Business.
I would actually like that
feuding with those cats because there is a built-in of Bobby Lashley and MVP and Omos, and you know, the success that Bobby had with the original Hurt Business now being transferred to this new unnamed stable.
The Almighty Prophets.
Yeah.
Ah, I love it. Look at that.
The Street Almighty.
Street Almighty.
I don't know. It's weird for me to think about it because they have to be extremely careful with this to not make it what they really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to mess this up. This has to be one way, but I'm not sure which way they're going to go. So I don't know. It's something I'm gonna have to think about.
Yeah, as it relates,
it can be great. It can be great if they just put as much effort as they do into the bloodline stuff, and as they're starting to do with Judgment Day. I freaking love Judgment Day, but if they put that much effort into it and find someone to talk for Bobby, and please don't make Bobby Lashley talk because he sounds like he got water in his mouth every time he cuts a promo. I don't like that. I love Bob so much, but
just don't talk. It's better when he's not talking. I liked him with Leo Rush. So I just want you to think about the fact that at one point we had Bobby Lashley as the world champion, as the WWE champion, and we had Cedric and Shelton as the tag champs, while we had Roman as the universal champion and the Usos as the tag champs. And that it lasted for 1 week, and then they dropped those titles to the New Day, and then they split the faction up. And it disappointed me because I'm like, yo, what we could have had would have been so dope.
It was right there, and that night when they broke up that stable, I was so utterly confused and mad. I'm like, they broke it for no reason. They broke them up there was no build to it. It was just, it seemed like someone back there just called it and said, break them up right now. Vince. And exactly.
Is they blood? No blood.
Get them over. We're done. They're done now. They got cut it off, and they just cut it. They cut it completely at the root and never cared to explain. And when they did explain it, it was just Cedric and Shelton weren't. Bobby didn't like him anymore. Like,
there was no reason behind it
at all. That's why I'm scared. That's why I'm so scared. But I'm gonna try my best. I think in my head, in my delusional head, Vince runs Raw and Triple H runs SmackDown. So in that theory, in that Austin theory in my head, that's cool. That's cool right now. So in case that doesn't just get destroyed on Friday, I don't know. It's scary.
We'll have to see what happens.
You know. I don't know, man.
So we got new women's tag champions, and I know that I'm sure you took this especially hard because of Liv Morgan.
All right. The only thing with this is I'm happy for Chelsea and Sonya because I like what they're doing with them. Sonya has been there just treading water for a long time. I'm very happy for her. Chelsea Green is hilarious, and she's also very good, so I'm cool with that. It's just there's been 3 women's tag team champions in 3 weeks, and I'm cool with Ronda Rousey losing because Ronda doesn't deserve anything in my book. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
At all. So
personally attacked.
I hate Ronda Rousey. I hate her more than I've hated a wrestler.
She's an actual MMA fighter. How could you hate an actual MMA fighter? It's the same vein as Riddle. Like,
I can't. She just. I don't know, man. She's not good at promos. She's not captivating to me at all. The MMA stuff doesn't carry over to wrestling for me. It never has, as far as she goes. I'll say.
They should have gave her a mouthpiece from she started, though. They knew she couldn't have talked when she started.
Her promos are worse now than they were before. And to me, they were bad the whole time. And to get worse than bad is, I don't know how, but last night, that was, ugh.
I think I figured out her issue with her promos too, man. She goes too fast and puts zero. Like, I don't believe a fucking thing she says, but I believe that Shayna's pissed at her. I don't believe anything that Ronda says in terms of her character on WWE. It's always, I'm good, so I'm just gonna say this, and I don't have to put much emotion behind it because my body backs me up.
And it barely does now. 'Cause every time I look at her, I just think of Holly Holm and what's her name, the other girl just piecing her up. So all of it just seems stupid.
Honda Rousey.
All of it just seems so stupid to me, bro. But as far as the tag titles go, I just want someone to hold the belts. I just want someone to hold them for a little bit because they said they had the whole tournament. We're going to make these prestigious now, and we've been just passing them on week by week.
And this is exactly why Sasha and Naomi left.
Exactly. I never forgave them for that. You know what I'm saying? For destroying that, while Sasha and Naomi could have been the beginning of making those women's tag team titles worth something. And now since then, they haven't meant anything.
I feel like they always avoid people that could be special in it because Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, they could be perfect. They are an amazing tag team right now. They're doing great work. They would be great tag team champions, but no, they lose not even in the finals to get the championship, on the way to get the championship. So it just doesn't make sense to me.
Also, we were saying, you said that there were 3 sets of tag team champions, but let us not forget that even in the middle of that, we lost the championship reign of Isla Dawn and you know what I mean? Like the NXT tag team champions, they unified those belts for absolutely nothing. Like there was no need to do it if this is what you were going to do with the unified titles.
That was so stupid. In my head, they were supposed to put Isla and Alba over. In my head. Beating them like that, making them both tap out, it just made them look terrible. I don't think we've seen them since.
I was going to say, where have they been since they lost?
Backstage, looking around.
Catering.
Catering.
That's how you go. If they were going to do all this, then you have Alba and Isla win and then just never take the belts off of them. And then they start to run. Or Kaden and Katana never lose the tournament like 2 matches in.
Yeah.
And have them go. If Chelsea and Sonya are the ones to hold it for a while, that's great. But someone do it.
Yeah,
besides Ronda. Someone do it.
They should have had that unification match at the pay-per-view, have Shayna turn on her at the pay-per-view so that way they don't win the titles, and then let that lineage continue, and then you guys have your feud. But don't sacrifice the whole division for this one feud.
Right.
So it seems like they don't care. It seems like they don't care.
Seems like.
I thought they were going to have the Bella Twins come back at 39 and retire the belts.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
Because they've been all over social media like, well, we never won this. We would love to win it.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like WWE just ignore them. Rightfully so. I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of Nikki. I never liked Brie so much. So together, it's just been like, but
I never liked either of them. To me, they couldn't act at all. Like the whole feud they had with each other. You should have died in the womb.
That was pretty bad.
That's terrible, bro. It's like, come on.
I love Nikki so much, but that was a hard watch. That was a hard watch right there.
Yeah.
I missed that whole era, so I didn't see any of the Bella feud.
Yeah, you're a lucky man.
I just know it
You're
existed.
okay. It's cool. It's great, you know.
I missed Ryback. Like there's so much shit that I missed.
Well, you missed all of that?
Yeah, dude. I stopped watching. I stopped completely. I shut it down. I was like, no, I'm good.
Hey, man. Ugh.
I liked Ryback to start. When he started hurting people, I was like,
it was cool in the beginning, like the matches on SmackDown. Like I've never been a big fan of Ryback comes in and like beats the local competitor.
Yeah.
But when they gave him the Roman Reigns nickname, the Big Dog, he started wearing the hat and then started doing all the weird. It got worse. It got worse.
And now
so
look,
fast.
we've all been blocked by Ryback, I'm sure.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I blocked him. He commented on one of my videos. I made a video about Vince McMahon about like a year ago, and he commented. I blocked his ass. I don't know if he blocked me. I blocked him.
The pre-block. That's right. That's my move right there. Brilliant. He's like, I will not be a victim, Ryback.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Like,
You know it was coming. You know it was coming. He's gonna block you.
one of these days.
What else? Shayna Baszler, Nikki Cross. Yeah, we already talked about the whole Ronda deal. How'd you guys feel about that Viking Rules match?
2 thumbs up.
Yes.
Chad Gable is excellent. and I want him in the G1 Climax.
Ooh.
That's what I need him to go to
Ooh.
Japan.
That'd be incredible.
That would be fire.
Oh, I think he's so good, and they keep running Gable and Gunther at live shows, but they never do it on TV. I'm like,
well, sometimes it's to
he's
set
right
up.
there. They could run a great 20-minute match.
Sometimes it's to set up. Maybe this is the post SummerSlam angle. Is Gable and Gunther?
I hope so.
Huh?
I've been saying I would love for Gable to turn heel on Otis and just have that Kurt Angle ECW run. That would be incredible.
Otis went off last night too. Otis
He
was a
did
monster.
he did very well. And Titus O'Neil in commentary. I need him to take
Titus.
Kevin Patrick's spot because Kevin
Titus.
Patrick is terrible. Titus and Corey, I'll listen to. I'll be able to watch Raw better. I'll be able to watch Raw easier if Titus is there.
We got about 3 minutes before we got to take a break. How do you feel about the current tag team championship run of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Is it better or worse than what we had with the Usos?
This is hard. All right. The Usos are my favorite tag team in the company away from the bloodline stuff. You know, by themselves, I love them. I've always loved them. They're excellent. And if someone was to call them the best tag team in the world, in the company, they are, you know. KO and Sammy, to me, the peak was at 39. As of right now, the peak was them winning them. They've been in 6-man tags on Raw. The whole thing with KO getting angry and Sammy like, calm down, Kevin, don't get mad. It's
getting old.
Yeah, it's funny at a point, but now
they're doing it too much now. It's,
you know, I don't
once
know.
or twice would have been cool, but it's like every week now.
Exactly. Their matches usually deliver, but the build up to the matches, it hasn't been the best. And I want the best for them because I needed KO and Sammy to win at 39, and they did. So I need them to build on what they made that night. What they made that night was special. Hopefully, after the Judgment Day stuff is over, maybe they move past this. But I don't know who they're feuding with now. I don't know what they're like directionless with the championships.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like their reign has been lackluster. It's not what I expected from them. I expected some fighting champions every week coming out there putting on banger matches with a different tag team, and they haven't been doing that at all.
Damn, now you got me rethinking something because I was thinking about how the Bloodline storyline has given us, you know, it's of course deprived us of several potential huge runs for other people, but it has given us like main event Jey Uso, you know, I feel like it's leveled up a lot of people in it, but now I'm thinking, damn, did it level KO and Sami up? Or is it just, they're just kind of there now?
They've cooled off.
Yeah,
they've been too far away from the main event scene for too long.
Folks are saying, no, there's no way they can cool Sami Zayn off. There's no way they can cool him off. But they did, and it happened. And now people are nowhere near where they were on him.
That was my only thing. You had multiple moments, and that's the same way I feel about Cody. I feel like 39 was supposed to be that pivot point. And for some people it was. For most people, it was either a loss or they won, and it didn't matter. Austin Theory, KO and Sammy, Rhea Ripley, her beating Charlotte, then it really, because now she's just playing with Dom and stuff. It's not what it's, I don't know. It's not what it's supposed to be to me.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break because Zoom is going to cut us off anyway. We'll come back. We'll continue to talk about Cody and sort of some of the fallout from WrestleMania. We'll do the Q&A, and that will be a podcast, sir. So we'll take this quick break, and we'll be back after this.
Sir Blackston,
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
the masked hope.
What was the point of the character change if you're just gonna lose?
Welcome back to Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio. I am your current reigning, defending, undisputed world heavyweight champion. He is the masked hope. And in the building, we've got a very, very special guest co-host, Mr. Lafnotfamous. Follow this brother everywhere, by the way.
Indeed.
So, bro, you were talking about Cody and sort of the fallout of WrestleMania. I'm going to sit this down for a second. Some of the fallout from WrestleMania. I know that you were very strong on the we need to beat Roman train. Mm-hmm. Is it that Cody needed to beat Roman or just somebody needed to beat Roman?
It's been heavy on somebody ever since SummerSlam. Ever since he beat Cena, I was checked out. I think the biggest opportunity they had was either the Rollins match, which was I hated the ending, and the Drew match. Also hated that ending. I don't see a reason for him to be champion anymore. I don't like him as champion. It's just stupid to me. So Cody, I just felt like Cody was the one as far as like you have your WrestleMania moment. You ended night one the way you ended night one. You can do the storyline they're doing right now. You can do that without the belt. And if you were gonna bring Cody into this Brock feud, why you could have had them fight over a belt instead of them just fighting just because they want to. Even though as funny as it is, as far as logically, Cody being champion and Brock wanting the championship that he ended up losing to Roman a while ago, that would have been it's an open and book story. And then you could have the bloodline story doesn't go away. If anything, it makes it stronger because now Roman is manic because he doesn't have his belt. You know what I'm saying? But it's just Cody was one of the biggest missed opportunities for me. I feel like that's like if we had a top 10 mistakes of them from the history of this company, that has to be on the list. Because you had it right there in front of you.
Cody and Sammy would be top 2 missed opportunities.
Sammy, I was iffy on only because I didn't know if the fans would still keep on, like, stay on the Sammy train after he won.
Fair point.
It was a really big opportunity for them to do something really cool, and they didn't for whatever reason. But
so, how do you feel about the Jay deal? Then, what do you think they should do with Jay?
Nothing. There's no reason for him to beat Roman at this point. I'm sure we all know that he's most likely going to lose at SummerSlam. I didn't see a reason to have this Jay match because now people have this in their head that Jay has to be the one to beat them. But the way these fans work now, people are in the scenario that Jay beats Roman at SummerSlam. Roman leaves. Say he takes a break for 3 months. People are not going to be invested in the Jay Uso and Karrion Kross feud on SmackDown. They can say they are, but I know they're not. And then I'm going to have to see on TikTok and all the other social media platforms, people having the same conversation about Jay that they're trying to have with Rhea Ripley, trying to call them a bad wrestler because they're not having a good run. Not to mention, you're putting anyone who beats Roman and they're not at a level of a Cody or a Rollins, you're putting them behind the 8 ball because now you have to deliver. Now you have to be as good as Roman or better. Better is going to be extremely hard. As good as is attainable, but it's going to take effort. And this company doesn't like putting effort into things that aren't Roman Reigns and Charlotte and Austin Theory. So they're not going to build the company around Jey Uso. We all know they're not going to build their company for the next 10 years around Jey Uso. And if Jey Uso's champion, what's Jimmy going to do? Sit there and look at him? What's Solo going to do? It doesn't make any sense. And then I have to watch a Jey and Jimmy feud. And then after that's over, he can't just fight all of his family members for a whole run. There's not that many members of his family in the company right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it all seems pointless to me. It all seems so pointless to me. I thought Roman was going to lose at Payback. I genuinely thought Roman was going to lose at Payback because that's where it all started. As far as like the contract and all that stuff, I genuinely thought that was going to be it. That was part of the reason why I wanted to go to the show. But yeah, man, Jay's going to lose, and it's not going to do anything for him. It's not going to do anything to help him at this point. He's already at the level he needs to be from all of this. So
interesting.
I don't know.
It's pretty obvious that they're just padding the history books with Roman Reigns' title reign right now. Because he should have been lost it. Should have lost it to Sammy. Should have lost it to Cody. Should have even lost it to Jay when they were like first building this stuff. That would have been pretty huge as well. But the bloodline story has run its course. They kind of reinvigorated it with having this feud with Jay a little bit, but I feel it's still not that big. He's the only way it's going to be big again is if The Rock comes in, and it's a little bit possible.
The only thing, all right, so I'm terribly, like insufferably entertained by what they're doing. But that's me. But when you look at the fact that, a couple of weeks ago, they did this segment with Jay and Roman, and that segment drew in 3 million viewers. So this is very entertaining to a large swath of people who don't even normally tune in. So I'm trying to think of what, as you know, thinking as the company, what could they do outside of the bloodline that would get them that level of viewership, that level of investment with, say, a Cody Rhodes? Because right now you got Cody paired with Brock, and no, he didn't win the championship. What has he done without the championship? How has he drawn people into watching without the championship? That's part of the reason that I asked the question with Sammy and KO. Sammy didn't win. KO didn't win. What have they done in the absence? What case are they making that they should be in this picture? That they can replace Roman's 3 million views during an opening segment of SmackDown?
But arguably, the fire that Sammy would have had behind him if he won that title, I felt like that would have kept it going, and it would have been hype enough just to automatically you got to feud with KO if he won the title. KO could be by his side the whole time, and you know he's gonna turn on him now.
Yeah, yeah.
But he could have turned on him with the world championship. That would be something interesting. I felt like Sammy had a good little something behind him that could have kept that run going. Cody, that whole finish the story thing, you know he's gonna do open challenges and stuff once he wins the championship because he wants to be the big Homelander superhero,
and that's going to bring in 3 million people.
Possibly. He's gonna have to have like big people to face though, like open challenge against Drew McIntyre, open challenge against Gunther. You telling me that ain't gonna bring in numbers?
I don't know that it'll bring in 3 million people. It'll definitely bring in numbers, and those are both matches that would be great. But I don't see it bringing in, and I don't think that it's just because folks tuned in. I think it's because folks are actually invested in this story, and I think that part of the issue that I had with Cody winning at WrestleMania is that it was rushed, and I didn't feel invested enough in Cody. So things like what he's going through now is, he and I was saying beforehand, he has to fail, he has to succeed. We need to see him fight through stuff because everything was kind of, well, I'm number 30 in the Rumble, so I win. You know what I mean? I got the advantage over Seth because he doesn't know I'm coming. I needed to see him really face some shit before he could get that championship and I could believe in him. The second thing that I need out of Cody is a level of authenticity that I don't get yet. Like, I'm just not getting it out of Cody.
I don't think you're ever gonna get that.
It's a shame too because I feel like he's playing the role of Cody Rhodes. He's Cody Runnels playing the role of Cody Rhodes. When Roman Reigns is out there, I believe everything that motherfucker say. Like, I believe everything that he says about where he stands in his family and all of that other stuff. But the tears last night from Cody were very different from the tears from Roman a couple weeks ago. And
I think Cody does that every promo,
and it gets overused. And it gets overused, and then it's washed, and it's like, well, they don't matter anymore. Like, fuck your tears. Like, they don't mean anything to me. Crying because you got to introduce your mama. Like, it didn't mean much to me. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I'm going to get behind the Cody train, I need him to really. I got to be invested. I'm not beyond it. I could be a Coatlander, but I really got to be behind him.
The thing with the bloodline story, though, it goes in waves. Like, they see it's getting dull, so then they throw something in there, and it's going back up again.
This week.
So that's what the whole Jay thing is about now, with him finally stepping up and turning on Roman. So it was getting dull. So all right, bring it back up again. So now after this pay-per-view, it's going to go back down again. What are they going to do next?
I wish I could share this sentiment. Like, I wish I could have a healthy conversation about it, because my dislike for Roman being champion has completely destroyed this entire storyline for me. Like, I'm being so honest with you. It's like, I get disgusted. I see A&E's about to make a documentary about him. I get disgusted. I saw they uploaded the whole story on YouTube. I get disgusted. All of it it doesn't entertain me at all. And it's like, I saw when we were talking about who's going to bring in views after this stuff is over. They have one person who brought in 1 million views, and he wasn't on TV, and he was in a 3-minute beatdown with Hit Row. LA freaking Knight is the megastar. Yeah, he is the freaking megastar he says he is. If you can go out there and fight Hit Row off TV with half the arena in there and get the loudest reaction out of anything that happened that night.
And that was the night of the Roman deal, right? That was the night that they got the 3.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if he does that at 7:25 p.m. for me, Eastern Standard Time, before the show starts, 20, 30 minutes before the show starts. If he can do that and get the biggest pop out of half the people in the arena and fight Hit Row, who we know, I think they have major potential, but have been treated terribly on the main roster, and they're little to nothing over there. If you can pull that, and obviously they're coming for LA Knight, they're not coming for Hit Row. You have something right there, and he's been losing. He hasn't had a major story. He has no championship. He's just like that. And I need them to invest in stuff like that, because when this bloodline stuff is over, hopefully soon, but whenever this stuff is over, you need someone who can put that spot right back. And LA Knight is that. Is Cody that? Nah, I want him to be. I really want him to be. Him at his peak, I still feel like the broken nose stuff. That was excellent.
That was pure.
Theme song, matches, everything. I love
the
that.
little dark remix on his theme. I did. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was actually
everything was perfect, you know. But this here is like, I feel like the peak of this run for Cody, as soon as he came back, was the match where he tore his pec. That was excellent.
Yeah,
that's something that's always going to be engraved in my head. But
see, that was that little bit of adversity he needed.
Yeah.
And he still won the match.
As soon as that
beat the
word
shit out
popped
of
up.
Seth with the torn pec.
Yeah, I'm saying, as soon as that word popped up, it made me feel like, oh, they're about to run through the ringer, huh? And this running through the ringer is cooling him down, because he's fighting Brock for no reason. And whatever happens, if Brock wins, if Cody wins, the next time Cody and Roman can even have a match is March or April for WrestleMania. They're not going to do it at any other pay-per-view, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
So you have to. Roman's going to be up there until WrestleMania, most likely. He's going to, even if he loses tomorrow, he's still going to have that level of stardom come 40. So now you have to get Cody to that point, but you can't get Cody to that point because you had a peak and you already dropped off the peak when you had him lose to Roman in the first place. So what's getting Cody to Roman, what's stopping Cody from getting to Roman again is Roman himself. And that's why they shouldn't have dropped it at 39, because now you have something so fragile in your hands that now once you dropped it like they did at night 2, you have to be able to pick it back up. And they don't like picking stuff back up unless they really feel like they're going to invest into it. And if Vince loves Cody as much as I think he does, he'll do it. If Triple H does it, he'll do it. But it doesn't. It's going to be a long road to get there, and I'm not optimistic about it. I'm very scared. So
I will say, typically when I want to get like all of my wrestling news, of course, I just go to the Mass Hopes TikTok. Like, that's where I get my news from. However, this morning I did watch Wrestle Talk, and one of the things that one of their viewers put out is, what if the whole Brock storyline is still part of the Roman storyline, in that Paul Heyman hired Brock to distract Cody from all of this stuff, to get him off of the scent of Roman Reigns.
You can't expect WWE to get that deep, though.
They're not. Yeah. They're not. But I mean, it would save some of what Lof's talking about in terms of Cody's distraction and his wavering from that deal. It was all part of it all along. It was all Roman all along.
But I feel like the only question that would pop up at that point is like, why would Roman be anywhere affiliated with helping Brock? You know what I'm saying? Because Brock is like
the enemy of my enemy, bro.
You are. That is something to think about. But like, I don't know if
he's so scared of Cody. He's so afraid. He came so damn close that he needed to bring in this guy. Listen, all right. I didn't.
That sounds great.
I didn't write it. The other guy wrote it on the show.
That sounds like incredible.
Wasn't
booking
expecting
that WWE
questions.
would never do. It makes all the sense in the world. A hired gun, Paul. He's affiliated with Paul Heyman. Slip him a briefcase with 20 grand in it or something like that. Yo, take out Cody, man. He got too close to the title this time. We don't want none of that. All right, let me take him out. Nah, it's over. Get away from the title. Take him away from the title until WrestleMania. When Cody figures it out, it's like, oh, okay. I see you hired this guy.
And y'all was working with Dominic, huh? Okay.
Let me get back in here. Let me get back to the main event and take this title. That makes all the sense in the world.
Lof is thinking about it.
I think only thing with that is I still feel like there's like that big gray period, because like
it's still several months before.
Out, the build up to Cody finding out what that happened, you probably would do that at like the last show before WrestleMania.
Right.
But what do you have Cody do on these Raws every week? Go out there and cry? Like, what do you have him do on these? Because he's mostly there on Raw every week.
You
So
have
he's going to do that regardless, though.
Yeah, he's going to.
Yeah, that is true.
But you have him make the case for him as world champion. You have him work on people like me who don't like believe as much as somebody like you. You have him go out there and you show, hey, this brother can tell stories. He can get people locked in. He can get people invested. That's what he needs to be doing with this time between now and next year's WrestleMania to get somebody like me on his side.
That's the only thing. I remember you said that you believed that the storyline was rushed, which it was, but I only felt like it was rushed because they brought Cody back, and as soon as he came back, the moment he came back, it was like number 1 star or number 2.
Yep.
But you had your hottest moment already. You had it right there. As rushed as it would have been, that was the hottest they could have done it because they rushed it. They had to make it that hot. But when you have something that hot and then you don't use it, it's gone now. So now the potential of you even being invested in him being champion is no longer there because now he's not even going to look at the championship until another 7 months from now. So it all works it all works together for me.
There are ways of doing it. And I feel old as shit when I say stuff like this, right? But do you remember WrestleMania 11? No, because you weren't born. No one remembers WrestleMania 11. Anyway, WrestleMania 11, Shawn Michaels was hot as shit. Like, Shawn Michaels was that guy. He just won the Royal Rumble. He had Pamela Anderson on his arm coming out there to face Diesel. If ever there were a time to put that championship belt on Shawn Michaels, that was the night. Yet they had Psycho Sid, cost him the championship. It didn't happen. But a year later, he won it in an even bigger storyline. And it's because they told the story throughout the year of Shawn Michaels being injured, taken out by Owen Hart and all of this other stuff. And then, he's at the point where he's fighting Brett at WrestleMania and they told an even bigger story. They can, if they had the creative, wherewithal, they could do it. Yeah. It is possible to make another moment for Cody to get people that behind him. And you've got people like Randy still waiting in the bushes. You got guys like Riddle who's still waiting in the bushes who could, both of those folks could have great feuds with Cody. And then, you could work your way up to a Roman Reigns match that people care about. And no, it's not going to be the same moment, but it's going to be a very, very, very strong moment for Cody. I think it's possible,
but it's hard.
It is hard.
It's
but
hard
it's their
to
job. They're
magic
getting paid, they're getting paid to write this shit. They should be able to do it.
There's no guarantee that they're gonna be able to catch that again. That's why you got to strike when the iron's hot because you don't know if you're going to get this again. That's what I'm afraid about with LA Knight.
Yeah,
they're just going to ignore it as long as they can, and hopefully he doesn't lose that fire.
Let me let it marinate on that. Hope you want to jump into the Q&A.
Yeah, let's get this party started. Let's get started with these actual questions from actual people. What the hell is that?
What
Theo Prodigy.
The Prodigy.
Oh, I know that is.
Yeah, the Prodigy.
Yeah.
He was one of your fans because he mentioned you specifically.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. The Prodigy. The Prodigy asks, knowing that Jeff Hardy is your favorite, what got you into Jeff Hardy? Is that a question for me or for you?
It's for Lau. But I mean, I'm sure you could jump in too at some point.
I started watching wrestling in 2007, so like it was like right around the back end of like SmackDown being on UPN, and when it finally switched over to it was like My Network TV or some shit, some Channel 17 here, I guess. The first show I watched was seeing that guy come out with the fireworks and the face paint and I didn't know what I was watching, but I knew whatever that guy was doing with the dancing and everything was just extremely captivating to me. He looked like a freaking rock star. So I think just that moment, whenever 7-year-old me was watching and saw him come out for the first time, it was it. And ever since then, my main focus has been wherever he's at, I'm at, whatever he's doing, I want him to be the most successful wrestling. He's had the most tumultuous life ever. And I've heard some terrible, terrible things about him personally, but to me, he's always going to be that number one. Just because if it wasn't for him being there, I wouldn't know what wrestling is. You know what I'm saying? So I owe everything to knowing who he is. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't really knock down the exact point, but young me seeing him pop up on SmackDown for the first time, it has to be somewhere around that time where I was like, "Yep, that's the guy." And it's been like that forever. It's always going to be like that for me.
Nothing. I was looking down like,
I don't really got nothing. Jeff Hardy's been dripping charisma. Of course, he's one of my favorites. Back in the day, I used to swanton my brother into the pool and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god.
The Twisted Faith and all that. Yeah, the Triangle Ladder match is probably one of the greatest matches of all time, honestly,
Ever.
Yeah, so I completely understand your love for Jeff Hardy. So,
yeah, Jeff Hardy is just a dope. Like, because I remember he's went from opening doors at the King of the Ring to like really like doing some really dope shit, man. The whole thing with him and CM Punk was crazy. I was there the night that he beat Punk for the championship at Night of Champions. Shit was fire. That shit was crazy. Just so many good memories. It's unfortunate the way that things have kind of gone for Jeff. I'm really hoping that he gets that big retirement match at the end, and he gets to do it wherever it is that he wants to do it. I
tell people all the time, 2008 Jeff Hardy, if he would have ran for president, he would have won. I tell people that all the time. That man was the most famous person on the earth in that year. 2008, it was over for him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What else do we got? Q&A.
Ivan asks, who should Seth lose the title to? I would say Gunther.
I was going to say Gunther. I'd love to see Gunther with it.
He deserves it, man. After this amazing Intercontinental Championship reign.
Yeah, because what does he do after he loses?
Excellent. I'm gonna agree with y'all.
Yeah.
I feel like he's about to lose it to Finn at SummerSlam, but
well, we were talking about on the last episode about how we'd love to see the Judgment Day be like how Evolution was when every member is holding a championship.
Yes, please. I love them so much. I need them to be as successful or more successful than the Bloodline, where just as far as championships go, because they're freaking awesome to me. But
yeah, it's either Finn, Priest, or Gunther. Sounds good to me.
You could actually be on the road to that tonight with Dominic facing Wes Lee for that North American title.
He is not beating Wesley tonight. I'll break my TV.
Really?
I'll break my TV.
That might be Wesley's call up right there.
Yeah, you got to go to Grill.
Oh man, I'm gonna be mad.
So you're not a Dominic fan, I see.
No, I'm cool with Dom. I think Dom is doing a great job in his role. I just think Wesley is excellent, and I don't think he should lose to someone like Dom, who hasn't been putting in the work that Wesley has on NXT.
But just imagine the heel heat Dom will get.
It would be excellent.
And he cheats. Oh, and he squashes him in like 30 seconds. Oh, this is going to be great.
Come on, man.
Now you're trying to have a riot in the streets.
Oh, God. I would be so mad and happy at the same time. I'll be like crying but laughing at this. I don't know. That'd be crazy. Oh, shit. That'd be crazy.
People flipping tables and stuff.
It would be hot. Dominic, man, I am just so impressed with him. I watched an interview of, they were talking to him about like the Eddie Guerrero storyline or whatever, and just his character work and the way that he transforms himself. I'm here for it. He's basically a rich kid who's a gangster, right? He's a rich gangster. Love it, because there are people out there like that, and they act just like him. It's almost like it's not even a role for him. It's like
listen, he's getting the crowd to boo him out of the building every week. I'll take that heat for a heel. That you kill to have that kind of heat, and he's doing a great job with it. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Judgment Day, Shawn Michaels said in a recent interview that Rhea Ripley will surpass Chyna's accomplishments. What do you think about that?
Let her do it. Like, let her do it. I wholeheartedly believe him. They just have to let her do it. I don't think that the era of Chyna is completely different from the era of wrestling now. Like the things that Chyna did, I'm not sure they're going to be as accepted in this era of the world that we're in. So I don't know if I want Rhea to be put behind the 8 ball like that, because they already are yelling at her now for whatever reason. But for her to take the Chyna role, they're already mad at her for talking to the men too much. So she goes out there and starts beating them up. They're going to have I would love it. I've been waiting for her to punch one of the dudes for I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? But
She got KO last night, didn't she?
Did she hit him?
Yeah, she tossed him into like the steps and all. Yeah, she whooped his ass.
Nice.
Oh shit! I must have missed that. But if that's the beginning, I mean, listen, go for it. I need, if they want to do that, put all the effort into it. Don't just say that, you know.
Yeah, I'm 100% for it. I said in a video that I have yet to post, probably be out by the time we put this podcast out, that China was hindered from the sexism from back in the day. Nobody wanted to take a bump from her at first. Nobody wanted her to beat them. She was supposed to win the world championship, but people convinced Vince McMahon not to do that, so it was bumped down to the Intercontinental Championship. I don't feel like Rhea Ripley has that hindrance today, and people will be all for her winning the world championship. I can see her actually beating Seth Rollins and taking that championship away from him.
That would be crazy.
That would be a moment. That would definitely be a huge moment.
I would lose it in here. I would be screaming. I love the Judgment Day so much. That would be amazing.
I never even considered that, her holding the world championship. That's interesting. I was thinking, like, what did China accomplish on screen? She accomplished a lot off screen in terms of what you said, getting people to bump for her and like really creating a whole nother level of respect for what a woman, a female performer was in the WWF. What did she accomplish on screen? I noticed she was the Intercontinental co-champion with Chris Jericho.
First woman in the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Supposed to be the world champion. First intergender match, really. Did WWE didn't have intergender matches before her, did they?
I don't
think I recall.
I don't recall either. No, there's nothing comes to mind as far as so yeah, I guess those are big accomplishments. I do think that it's a different time right now, and Rhea, I think that so much has been forged before Rhea that it's going to be difficult for her to impact things, beyond on screen in a way that China did.
Yeah, it's innovator versus someone following. You're always going to be a step behind.
Yeah.
But if she actually could get that world championship, that'll be the thing that puts her above China, in my opinion.
One of the things I noticed, and I think I said this in a video a few weeks ago, is that a lot of folks draw the comparison between Dominic and Rhea and Eddie and China. And visually, that comparison holds up. Because, Dominic, he's got sort of the stature of Eddie, and you can see where Rhea and China would be comparable. I think, though, from like a career standpoint, Dominic and Rhea are more comparable to HBK and Sherry. Because what Sherry did for HBK very early on in his career, in terms of, bringing someone who was a tag team wrestler into this new character and someone who's supposed to be taken seriously as a singles. I think that's exactly what Rhea is doing with Dominic. So I think that's a more comparable to those two than Eddie and China, who were both very well established before they united on camera.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just the best thing that people could remember. Like it's a close comparison that people could remember. It's Eddie and China, and since Dom's already doing the Latino Heat thing, it's an easy comparison. So it's not really the same at all because Eddie Guerrero was already established when he got with China. So was China, and they both had their thing going on. So yeah, it's not really comparable.
UA asks, what has been you guys' favorite and least favorite moment of the Triple H era?
Least favorite will be Cody losing at Mania. Favorite was Bray coming back because I was able to be in the arena for that.
That was mine.
That was
mine.
That was most unbelievable shit I felt in my. Oh my god,
that shit was crazy.
I was lucky enough to get freaking floor seats to that, and being that low, and then just being able to see it like ground level. Because like where we were sitting at before, I wouldn't have been able to see everything. So getting down there and then everything happening the way I expected it to happen, the whole night, just like the bunnies jumping around, and they gave us like crossword puzzles and shit. They were leading to all this, and then like being at home weeks before and realizing the QR code, the location meant Philadelphia, all that stuff leading up to that night.
Bro,
it doesn't beat it.
He's holding Matt Riddle's hand up. The light goes out. That shit was ridiculous, man.
I was screaming so loud, bro. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh man,
that was mine too. That was my number one of the Triple H era. My least favorite is probably the lack of Hurt Business, but that's just me.
Understandable.
I'd say my favorite is just letting guys actually wrestle and not scripting promos. That's probably just that right there just made the show so much better.
Absolutely.
Everybody doesn't sound robotic anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite is that he brought everybody back that was fired. He brought.
Fair point.
They're using Emma?
She was there like last week in like a 2-minute match or something. I think.
Yeah.
She popped up
She
something.
got beat down by Shane.
That's it. That was it. That was it.
Man, they didn't need to bring everybody.
Not
back,
everybody. That is hilarious. All right, so let's take this quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Sir Blackston,
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
the masked hope.
What was the point of the character change if you're just gonna lose?
Welcome back to Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio. I am Sir Blackston. He is the Masked Hope. And we have a special guest, Lafnotfamous. What is so funny? Why is everyone laughing? People can fuck up.
For a second.
It was like, almost did an unintentional face reveal.
Oh, that's funny, man.
So just so that you know,
Yeah,
I don't know how frequently you listen to the show, Laf, but there's so many outtakes from the show. Just so
That's
many
hilarious.
things that we do that just never make it. We've saved a lot of them, man. One of these days we're gonna let it out, but it's so many outtakes.
That's hilarious, man.
Oh man. So Hope, you had a few more questions.
Oh yeah. So Laf, what would be your Mount Rushmore of NXT? I would say like homegrown NXT talent rather than like someone like Samoa Joe who came in was very established.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest watcher of NXT. For some reason, during the prime of it, I just didn't watch it. I watched the pay-per-views. I did not watch the weekly shows, mainly because I didn't have the network.
Fair.
Just because I would check in on YouTube, but like I wish I was there for like to see it happening. Everything I saw was like afterwards. But from what I've gathered, and from what one night I watched like every NXT episode I could watch, and I just tried to feel all of it from the weekly shows. The pay-per-views I always watch, but from that, I would go Ciampa, Adam Cole, Gargano, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I respect it.
I would
I
go
mean, it's a
Ciampa.
good list. It was a solid list.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Can't really go wrong with Adam Cole. He'd probably be on mine as well.
Yeah.
I would actually put Big E on there.
was thinking
His
about
I Got
that.
5 run.
Oh,
Yeah, I beat you so bad. I pinned you for 5 seconds instead.
that was hard. That was really hard.
I was thinking
Damn.
Big E and Seth. I mean, as the first NXT champion.
Right. I wasn't watching during that time, but yeah.
For me, it's between Sasha and Asuka for the other slot, because Sasha, what she did with the championship, but Asuka's dominant ass run. Asuka's music used to set fear in the takeovers or whatever. You're like, oh, somebody's about to get their ass whooped. Here comes Asuka. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was wild.
It's
I
sad.
want to put Asuka in there now. I want to take Shayna out.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Asuka was a force.
Damn.
They made me sad because now they treat her so bad on the main roster.
Bro.
And she's champion and doesn't even feel like it.
Right.
feels like
It's sad, man.
Total third wheel, and the feud is definitely between Bianca and Charlotte. It's got nothing to do with Asuka. You just happen to have the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did I name everybody?
we're having a moment of
Did you
silence
name
here.
everybody?
Huh?
Did you name your 4?
Oh shit! All right, no. All right, so definitely Asuka. Give me Finn Balor, because he did some really dope stuff there. Nakamura, because I really enjoyed his run. I enjoyed his debut. Loved everything about Nakamura. But no, I guess he falls into he was already established ahead of time.
Yeah, he was already established in New Japan.
All right, so we got Finn, who was also.
Was he though? He wasn't as big in New Japan though. He's more like a side player. In
Wasn't
New
he
Japan.
like a founding member of the Bullet Club though?
All right, you really.
Yeah, that is.
I didn't really watch New Japan. So I can't.
All right, give me Seth, Big E, Asuka, and Carmelo Hayes. Give me Carmelo Hayes as the last piece.
He's freaking. Oh, he's excellent. I love him.
Yeah. I'll put Hayes in there.
I'm putting Hayes in there just because I'm very confident in what he's going to do after he leaves that joint.
He's
and I
straight
think
to the main event.
That matters just as much as what you do.
He better be.
He better be.
He's like my number one in the company right now.
Y'all bring him in, and he's losing the fucking. He's losing to whoever in the first couple weeks. I'm gonna be pissed.
God, he lost to Finn twice already. Got pinned by Finn twice.
Terrible. As the champion.
I don't agree with that at all.
At all, but ugh.
Hope, who you got?
Yeah,
Did you give your 4? Did you give your 4?
Yes.
You did?
No.
Oh, geez,
Big
dude,
E.
don't play with my head like that. I don't know this shit.
No,
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Big E, I agree with you with Asuka. I felt like I said something I forgot already. But, I'm going to throw a curveball in there and put Authors of Pain in there. They were nasty and they fell off the map.
Damn, they were fire.
Where are they at now?
Good question.
Didn't they have their own deal for a second? Right?
I think they stopped wrestling.
Yeah.
They were they were starting a promotion, didn't pay anybody, and then canceled the show and blamed everybody for not showing up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, because Nia Jax and some other folks were supposed to be there. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
and you got them on your. Oh man, that's dope that you would honor them with that spot over DIY.
You know what? I'm gonna change that to
over
Heavy
War
Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery is nasty.
Man, NXT had some great tag teams.
They did.
I missed that. Like having a solid tag team division. There's just monsters everywhere.
The War Raiders.
Sanity.
Like it was so many dope. Like oh man, yeah.
Now I'm sad again.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. They're out. Valhalla something. You know what I mean? Whatever they say every Monday.
Yeah. They're so goofy now and stinky. I hate them.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
they're great wrestlers. Yeah. Them as a standalone thing is just
it doesn't work.
No.
I felt like you would appreciate this. There are rumors that Paul Heyman will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in Philly at WrestleMania.
Let's go.
I would love that freaking much, bro.
Oh, yeah, have it at the ECW arena. Shit. Have it at the ECW arena. Have it at the ECW arena.
Bro, they're having a New Japan show there in August. I'm going to that show.
It's fun.
I've never been inside that arena. I gotta go. They have to do it in that arena, not in the Wells Fargo. That has to be in that arena, and they got to do the whole thing for Paul Heyman.
Yes.
If they're going through with that, they got to do it.
Have everybody come through that big ass broken brick wall.
Oh my God!
Everybody, him, Batista, everybody's coming through the brick wall.
ECW that whole thing up.
Right.
Oh man,
tickets will be $500,000.
Yeah, because you gotta make up what you're gonna lose. You gotta make up what you're gonna lose, man. It's a dope. If this is your first time there, though, it's a really dope environment. Really dope environment. I had the opportunity to attend a few Chikara shows there. It's a fire ass arena. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it, man.
Excited.
Who do you think will induct Paul Heyman into the Hall of Fame? My vote is like Rob Van Dam. I don't know how close they are in real life, but just as one of the most successful ECW originals.
They are supposed to involve him in Philly. I did hear that RVD will be involved in this year's WrestleMania.
Thanks.
So I could see.
He should be.
Yeah.
I want Dreamer to induct him.
I was thinking Dreamer.
Just for all the history between Dreamer and Paul, I think that would be like a really cool full circle moment.
Yeah, it's a good choice as well.
I'd be cool with Dreamer. I'd be good with Foley. I'd be good with a few people.
Yeah. I want Sandman to show up just so he can be there, and I freaking love Sandman or Raven. I love Raven.
Yeah.
Oh man,
just get the whole cast back together.
Get everyone back. Just call. I know they're on one big group chat. I know they are. Just make sure you call Raven and Sandman.
What are they talking about? What are they talking about in the ECW Originals group chat? Like, what are they talking about?
That's a good question.
What kind of barbed wire to use?
They're not having any
punk ass kids can't take no headshots. Like,
they're just hating on every wrestling show that's not. They probably love AEW. Now I think about it.
Before the list came out. Before the list came out. At a pizza cutter spot.
Yeah.
I would have got Sandman moist.
Freaking love
God,
man.
dude, why did you put that visual in my head? Why would you do that, bro? We go way
Sand
back.
Man, he's Mudman now. See the sand. That'd be crazy.
Oh,
Show's
man.
over.
Yep, I'm crying on the inside.
What he said?
Cancel the podcast.
He said I was a co-host. I'm co-hosting.
Fire. He said, I'm earning that paycheck. Full disclaimer, we pay no one. There's no pay.
Employee of the month.
We don't get paid. No, that's hilarious, though. Oh, man. Sludge. Is that it? Do we have anything else?
There are some trademark names. I don't know if we really want to go over that. But,
What are they?
Tyson DuPont. Some newly trademarked names by WWE. That sounds like a fancy guy, Tyson DuPont.
Tyson
like
DuPont.
a French
Yeah,
guy.
that brother definitely drinks with his pinky in the air.
Yeah.
DuPont.
And we got Kaya Saint. I get like a Kofi Kingston vibe from that, like a Jamaican type. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting.
I feel like there's some wordplay at play, but it's not working.
Kaya Saint.
Yeah. Interesting.
They're trying something.
Yeah, I feel like all right, we'll see.
Izzy Dame.
Okay, maybe that's the one where there's the wordplay.
Is he Dave?
Izzy Dame.
Is he Dave?
Is it Dame or Dame? No, is
Dame. What? Dame.
Dame.
I got the new Nation of Domination. Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame. You about to if your name is Izzy Dame, you about to do something. I don't know.
Whoa.
What happened with the wasn't Bailey's young protege? Wasn't her name Izzy or something like that?
Yeah. Oh my God, Izzy's coming back.
Is this her? Or I wonder if this is her.
Izzy's coming back.
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Trey Bearhill.
Bear Hill.
Ugh.
That sounds Vincey to me.
I like Izzy Dame more.
And I don't even know how to say this last one. Tyreek Igwe. IGW.
Tyreek Igwe?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's a monster. That guy's a monster.
Is he?
Never seen him before. I have no idea who the fuck he is. But that guy's a
Sounds
monster.
like he's about to. Yeah.
He's about to whoop somebody's ass. There's your guy to beat Roman. Tyreek Igwe.
They got this one dude on NXT named Obafemi. He had one match on NXT. He is a tank. He's like
Yes.
7 foot tall Mark Henry. He looks ridiculous.
Nice.
What happened to what's the guy's name? Big dude. He's on the Raw roster. Odyssey Jones. Where the hell is Odyssey Jones?
He got drafted and we never saw him again. He did a dark match last night though.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
I
He was either that or he was backstage. One of those. I don't know if he's hurt, but we haven't seen him since he got drafted. And he's freaking awesome.
When it's news that you show up for work, that is something, man.
Bro, he was in the match that got Carmelo to the main roster, the NXT Breakout Tournament.
Yeah.
He fought Melo.
Yeah, I remember that. The finals.
Yeah, and no one talks about it.
No
'cause
one.
No one.
It was a great fucking match.
That's what I'm saying. I remember that. I was screaming at that match, and then we saw Melo. Melo's doing what he's doing. Odyssey just.
I didn't
Done.
expect Melo to win that match. I thought it was going to be Odyssey.
I thought I had both of them going to the final, and it actually happened. So I didn't care who won, but damn,
Fire. Tyreek Igwe is going to win. That's who's going to win
he's
this.
probably
next one.
nice.
No, actually, Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame is going to win.
Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame versus Tyreek Igwe at WrestleMania.
Exactly. And they're going to fuck both of their names up.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
That's all I got.
All right. Laf, you have anything else for us, man?
I wanted to ask the both of you, how do you guys feel about like not y'all content as far as TikTok goes, but like everyone else? How does the environment of Wrestle Talk feel to you on like the regular day?
First off, man, I love that the platform exists because before the social media deal and all of that other stuff, I was just left to talk with my peers about wrestling. Most of them have gone on to like have very successful non-wrestling related banter with me, which is cool. But I want to talk wrestling, damn it! And the fact that I can just jump onto this app and I can hear several different opinions, I think it gets kind of negative and toxic sometimes. But I think that there are enough people out there that are providing not that I don't have to follow those people. And I love it. I love what you guys are doing. And I already told you how I feel about it. I love the idea of Wrestle Talk. I love the idea of fans. I remember an established wrestler saying, why would anyone want to listen to fans talk about pro wrestling? I'm like, well, because we can offer a different perspective. You can say what it's like to work with this person, and what your idea of over is and all that other stuff. I love to hear what y'all think. The shit that you do is hilarious, Laf. Sit up there yelling, singing the damn Day One joint the other day. That shit was hilarious.
Thank you.
Cracking the hell up, man. I just love the creativity around it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would agree with what he's saying. I started doing wrestling TikToks because none of my friends watch wrestling, so I had nobody to talk about wrestling with. So started doing the TikToks and got a nice environment on TikTok. I stay away from the negativity, so people who do the negative stuff I avoid completely.
Yeah.
So I really don't see a lot of it. I'm not. I don't care that much to care what other people like negativity about the stuff is. So I could easily brush off anything negative people gotta say. So it's really fun and it's entertainment for me. And if I can make this full time watching something what I love, I'm all for it.
Yeah. What about you, man? Love?
Oh God. Well, it's different for me because I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I came into it with I started doing this in 2020 during quarantine after repeatedly telling my younger sister that I need doing that TikTok shit. That shit's stupid, dancing. And now I'm just on here every day, with multiple accounts doing crazy shit. But it brings me a level of joy and a level of hope for myself because I've been doing content creation since I was 11, you know what I'm saying? So I've been on YouTube. I do everything, but TikTok was the first one where I got this big of a platform, and it's gotten me to the point where like I got recognized in person for the first time. Like people running up to me and telling me that like I did something for them in a positive manner. And I used to imagine that, I used to have like dreams about people waking up and wanting to see what I had to do. So like TikTok has made a lot of my dreams come true, and I made a little bit of money off it. Nothing to pay the bills, but look at a little slice of pizza from time to time. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have. So it's just it makes me genuinely happy for that reason. I think the way that people look at me now, unfortunately, I feel like some people look at me as if I'm like at a higher point because I don't know if y'all saw, but there was a point where smaller creators were calling out the bigger creators and saying that the bigger ones were suppressing their views. And I was one of the people who was linked in there like, oh, people made this theory in their head that us having bigger followings was holding other people back from gaining their own followings. And there's people all around the world that have more following than me. I've never thought anybody, you know what I'm saying? You have more followers than I do on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I never went to Sir Blackson's account and I was like, oh, he's suppressing me. It's because he's going.
When people can't break through, they're always going to try to find a way, a reason why. And that's just the easiest reason to look at, to blame someone that's higher up than them.
Yeah, and
I think that's just what I meant on like the negative point of it. Like there's a lot of people on there. I've met so many great friends. The moments like Extreme Rules and meeting people there, and Raw 30 meeting people there, and even like getting acknowledgement from wrestlers, and freaking Nikita from NXT following me just because I made one TikTok about her, and I was like, oh well, my life is complete now. This is what I've always wanted. I love you so much, and now you know what I'm saying? But that right there, and like being able to have like conversations with her and other people, it's like it wouldn't have been here without TikTok. So as much as it can be like a weird, negative, dysfunctional place, I'm so blessed to have it, and I'm so blessed that I have the gift of not only meeting many people who are creative as well, but me being able to just bring something here in a positive light. And as bad as it gets, I'm always going to be happy for what not only I created, but for what we created. Not only as Wrestle Talk, but especially the Black men Wrestle Talk creators. I love that because as much as all the other stuff surrounding us as just as Black men being humans, us being here and being able to talk about something that makes us happy and it's positive, and whether differentiating opinions or not, we all come to a place and we find joy and peace in something. We can talk about it, laugh, joke, argue, all that stuff. It's healthy, and I love it. So I would never. I don't know where I would be without TikTok. So I'm extremely grateful and blessed for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to hire Laf to give like motivational speeches, like to.
Yeah, you're good. Like I don't even want to say nothing. I'm listening to you like, wow,
right there. Good
okay.
God. Damn.
I appreciate you, man.
I love that, man. I love it, man. Laf, you want to shout your social media out so that way people know where to get all of this awesomeness, all of your content and all of that good stuff.
I'm saying this. I normally don't shout myself out when I go to podcasts, just because I feel like if you find me, you find me. I don't like if I never been like, oh, follow me here. I try not to do that, but I'm gonna do it today. If you're gonna see any of my content, just Google Lafnotfamous. My Twitch, Kick, YouTube, SoundCloud, every social media platform. Most likely, I'm deleting my Twitter account because I hate Twitter. But every other social media account I have, you will find me on there. If you want to see me on TikTok, I'm usually screaming about Nikita, Jeff Hardy, or wanting to destroy Roman Reigns on April 6th and or 7th at WrestleMania 40. Be there. You know
It's not Becky, 6 or 7.
Be out here.
So wait, whoa. You said SoundCloud. Wait a minute.
You got bars?
Do you have bars?
I've been rapping since I don't know how long.
What? Laf got bars?
Bro, look, most of my music is on YouTube, but the last album I released was in 2020. That's on SoundCloud. But if you want to find most of my songs, they're on YouTube. You look up Lafnotfamous music, all my songs are gonna pop up.
Nice.
I guess I'm the only one here who doesn't have bars because the Masked Hope also is a rapper professionally.
Years ago.
For real?
Yeah, like 2013 is the last thing I put out. So
hey, listen. Well, now you got to rap now, bro.
From the no.
That's gonna do it.
I'll send you a link to my favorite song that I've made. So
that's fire. Y'all fuck the ABCs up, but outside of that, no. I got nothing.
Put a beat behind that.
Hope, man, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, I'm the Masked Hope. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok for daily wrestling news.
All right.
That's it.
And I am Sir Blackston. I know this always weirds the Masked Hope out when I look directly into the camera. I am Sir Blackston. You can follow me just about everywhere, but not everywhere. Don't look for me in some places. You're not going to find me. Also at Raw Impact Radio for the podcast. And thanks very much for joining us. Thank you to our guest, Laf. Bro, you have been like an amazing addition to the show this week. You have no idea. I love the energy.
You want me to be on here. Call me.
Be careful because it'll be a regular thing.
Yeah, I definitely had fun talking to you. Yeah.
So, definitely thanks to Laf. And we out. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for checking out Raw Impact Radio. Follow us on social media at Raw Impact Radio. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.